Welcome back to Cooking with Tammy Live. I'm Tammy, and today I'm going to show you how to make my absolutely delicious barbecue spare ribs. As summer approaches, all I could think about is barbecue. Who doesn't like barbecue? So without further ado, let's introduce our ingredients and get started. Of course, we have the star of our show, which is our beautiful washed and cleaned ribs right here, guys, as you can see up close and in person. We also have some oil as well as salt, ground black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, as well as ground mustard, dried parsley, brown sugar, and apple cider vinegar. Yes, and did I forget to mention all of these ingredients are basic ingredients which most of us have. So I think it's about time to get those ribs out of the freezer and get to seasoning. By the way, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing fantastic. Since we can't go anywhere, I think it's only fair enough that we eat some good food, right guys? All right, first things first, we are gonna flip our ribs over. And as you can see, this right here, we're gonna remove that because if we keep this on, our seasoning is not gonna be able to penetrate through this thick membrane. So using our butter knife, we're just gonna raise it up enough so we could use a paper towel. Hopefully I'll be able to get it off in one shot, but if not, no worries, we will attempt or try as many times to get it off. Alrighty, not bad at all. Just like that, it comes off really easy, right? And first and foremost, we're gonna add our oil, just drizzle on. We're gonna hit it off with some kosher salt. It's a good piece of meat. It's a pretty thick piece of meat, so don't be afraid to use salt. However, don't use too much. Just like that is perfect. We're also going to add our ground black pepper. As well as our onion powder. Our garlic powder. And we're also going to use some paprika. You can use smoke if you have smoke. You don't have smoke, you can always use regular paprika. And we're going to use some ground mustard. All of these seasonings are going to tie in perfectly, and it's going to give these spare ribs a ton of flavor. This is a new bottle, so it's like it's stuck in there. Alrighty. We're also going to add some brown sugar. The brown sugar is going to give it a hint of sweetness, and it's going to go perfectly with the barbecue sauce as well. And we're going to add just a tad bit of apple cider vinegar, which is going to work well with not only the brown sugar, but it's also going to work perfectly with the ground mustard as well. And we're just going to massage everything into the meat. Just like this. Take your time, get all the crevices. Look at the color that it took on already from the smoked paprika. Beautiful. It smells really good. And it's gonna taste even better. Get it all in there. Alrighty, it's time to flip our ribs over. And what we did to the back is what we did to the front is what we're gonna do to the back. Gonna add some oil, of course, drizzle it on, not too much. And wipe my hands once again. We're gonna add our salt. As well as our pepper. Onion powder. And garlic powder. Perfect. Imagine if we kept that membrane on we would have been eating like literally one-sided seasoned ribs. Would it be like literally suck the bone worthy? I doubt it. It's really important to get in there, I swear. Get in there and season both sides and allow those seasonings to penetrate throughout the meat. So that way, not only will you have a succulent piece of meat, but you will have some of the best tasting meat as well. And we're gonna add that apple cider vinegar. Once again. And we're gonna repeat the same thing, just gonna massage it into the meat. Some of my favorite foods to eat during the summer are barbecue ribs. Anything barbecue, I think. Straight off the pit is good for me. What else do I like to eat? I like to eat a lot of salads, whether it be green salads, macaroni salads, tuna salad, potato salad, of course. Stuff like that, pretty much. Light stuff, but yet tasty stuff. And what else? I also drink a lot during the summer. When I say drink, I'm not talking about alcoholic beverages, just alcoholic beverages, but more so just like a lot of iced teas and stuff like that. A lot of liquids. I tend to eat a little bit less. When I said drink, I know you guys are probably like, drink? You talking about alcohol? I was honestly talking about juice. Juice and iced tea. With a little hint of something. Alrighty. Everything looks perfect so far. I know it's gonna taste beautiful once everything is done. I just like to go in there and just massage the meat, honestly. Sometimes for about maybe 3 minutes, depending on the cut of meat and how thick it is. I just like to really get up in there because I am all about the flavor. If you could put it in the refrigerator, pre-seasoned, even better. And yeah, I think we're done. We are gonna cover our ribs over, but we're gonna do somewhat of the balloon method because I don't want the foil to touch the meat. I want that seasoning to stay on. Alrighty, that's it. What we're gonna do as of this point is we are gonna place it into our 350-degree oven, allow it to literally sit on the middle rack at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour and 30 minutes. Once we're done, we're gonna check on it, see if the meat is done, and we'll take it from there. Continue watching and I'll show you what everything looks like once we are almost done. Quick tip, while the spare ribs is in the oven, I just wanted to let you guys know something. Of course, if you're handling meat and you are touching your seasonings, of course, don't forget to wipe it off. That's what I'm about to go do, wipe all of my seasonings off because as you guys saw, I touched it after I touched the meat. So anyway, just a quick tip, don't forget, practice our safety kitchen rules. Anyway, I will see you in a minute. I just removed the spare ribs from the oven and look at how gorgeous. It has that nice brown color. You would think that we've added barbecue sauce to it already. Even though we didn't add it, it has that nice smoky color from the smoked paprika that we added, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some barbecue sauce. Just like that. Add as much as you like. If you like a lot of barbecue sauce, then definitely add a lot of barbecue sauce. I also like to go in and add some honey, and that would give it a nice sweet flavor and it would tie in perfectly with the barbecue sauce as well. Take our brush and baste our spare ribs. I'm gonna place it back into the oven, this time uncovered. And at this point in time, you can do one or two things. You can either turn on the broiler or just place it back in the oven for about 10 minutes and allow our sauce to thicken up and get nice and sticky on the ribs. So that way when you eat it, all of the sauce literally sticks to your fingers and you will have no choice but to literally lick it off. Yep, make sure everything is covered. We don't want any dry pieces. And that, my friend, is it. Gonna put it back into the oven, like I said, uncovered at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Allow that sauce to get nice and sticky, and I will definitely show you what everything looked like once we're done. We're back and our beautiful spare ribs are out of the oven. Wow, just like I mentioned, the barbecue sauce is nice and sticky and it has that perfect glaze. It looks absolutely beautiful. Not to mention the aroma that's coming from this thing. I just want to like literally take this whole thing and bite into it right now, honestly. But anyway, guys, I am going to cut into it and we're going to taste it and we're going to see what we are working with. So far, nice and tender. Let's see. Barbecue spare ribs. Let's see what you're doing. It is so hot. Wow. I'm telling you right now, it's hot, but the flavors are everything. If you guys tried this recipe, trust me, this will be a staple recipe from now on when it comes to barbecue spare ribs. It's everything. All of the flavors tied together, the apple cider vinegar, the brown sugar, the honey, whoa. And to be honest with you, I could taste the flavors that we added from the beginning. The ground black pepper, as well as the smoked paprika and everything else. As you know, we bake these ribs in the oven. And if you didn't know any better, you would think that we actually placed it on the grill because it has that smoky flavor. These ribs are honestly everything. Not to mention, it's nice and fork tender, which is absolutely perfect. And that's the trick when you're cooking, especially when it comes to meat. Place it in the oven, allow it to do its thing. Yes, I did mention that I was gonna bake it for maybe approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes to 1 hour and 45 minutes, but guess what? It wasn't fork tender enough for me. So I was like, you know something? Stay in the oven and continue to do your thing. I allowed it to stay in the oven for about 2 hours, and this is where we are. Literally falling off the bone, juicy, tender, and absolutely delicious. Wow, it's everything. There's nothing else left to say besides definitely give this recipe a try. Cooking with Tammy Recipes. And until next time, guys, enjoy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.